Good morning. I'll be live in 3 minutes, 3 minutes away. And if you're catching this on the replay, all you've got to do is skip ahead 3 minutes and you'll miss this screen and me talking. So be live in 3 minutes. Gonna go get the coffee ready. Here we go. Guys, I'm going live in 1 minute. Live in 1 minute. Stand by. All right, let's light this up. Good morning. Hello, hello, wherever you are. Good evening if you're on the other side of the world. Thank you for joining me. Yes, I'm here in the Zombie HQ. By the way, one of the side effects that everyone is experiencing with this whole pandemic thing, and I know we're starting to get back to work and life as we know it, or a modified version of it, is even though I have less hair than I did 25 years ago, man, is it a mess. We all have COVID hair. Can we agree on that? COVID hair is a thing. Plus, the layer of dust that I have found in my office has required daily Swiffering from just the inactivity. Anyway, so I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're feeling great. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for continuing to join me. If you have questions about marketing and advertising your business today, that's what I'm going to dive into. Sorry, I hit the microphone. So we're going to dive right into this stuff today. Here's how you get in touch with me and ask me your question. Simplest, bestest way is tap the comment with the link and join me live. You can ask your question live. I would love to chat with you. Or you can drop it in the comments, right? If you're following it on social channels, just drop it in the comments. Or you can text it to me, 480-712-4177, 480-712-4177. And I'm checking. And there goes the Rode mic again. And I've already contacted Rode. They're working on it. I don't know why it does that. I should have looked to see if it went dead in the microphone. Okay. So let's talk about the value of split testing. And, you know, I mentioned that I was having dinner with Daniel Harmon from Harmon Brothers. And he and I had this great conversation. First of all, our conversation at dinner was phenomenal. This was right before the whole COVID thing started, or really ramped up here in the US. It was at the end of the Social Media Marketing World Conference. He and I were out to dinner. We had this amazing conversation. And of course, when two industry people get together, the first thing you do is you talk about the business, you talk about the industry and what's going on in the industry and how this is happening and how that's happening. And that's what started the conversation, is we just literally started spitballing ideas about the industry. So long story short, yes, I'm sure. Thank you. Agora Pulse is interrupting me with something and I don't know how to shut it off. I cannot close this tab. Okay, awesome sauce. So for some reason, Agora Pulse is taking over my screen. Okay. And we started talking about ads and split testing and how to effectively split test. And one of the things we discussed was the least expensive method of split testing. And at Harmon Brothers, one of the things that they're big advocates of, and I understand why, is split testing your thumbnail image. Yes, the thumbnail or the static shot that shows up on an ad. Now, I want to make sure that this is applicable to everyone at every level. So for some of you that are more advanced and you understand this, cool. Just go la, la, la while I talk about this. For the rest of you, lean in, give a quick listen. When you post a video on Facebook, and I'm specifically talking about Facebook, other channels operate differently. But on Facebook, when you post a video or create a video ad, you get to select the thumbnail image. And I don't know why it's called a thumbnail, but maybe it's because it's small. You get to select the thumbnail image that's represented as the static shot in the ad. If the consumer of the ad is not watching it on Wi-Fi, is watching it on a slow connection, doesn't have video streaming turned on natively on their device, there are a lot of reasons that that shows up. But also, when someone is scrolling on a device, it is the eye-catching image that grabs their attention, gets them to hold long enough on the screen for the video to then start playing. So the thumbnail image is simply a static image that's lifted from the video ad or that's created that represents something in the video ad. You want it to be a part of the video itself. Otherwise, it feels deceptive. It feels like you're hiding something, and Facebook doesn't like that. So why split test thumbnails? Because thumbnails will quickly tell you what grabs people's attention, right? The job of the image or the video is not to sell the product or the service. That is not the job. And many marketers, and I'm going to tell you, lots of marketers who think they're great marketers make this mistake. Lots of marketers make the mistake of not testing thumbnails because they think it's not that important. They'll say split test headlines, split test body copy, the least expensive, most effective way of figuring out what's going to stop the scroll, what's going to get people to stop zooming past your ad in the newsfeed is the image, is the visual. So thumbnails are critical. So please don't make this mistake. Incredibly important. So let me show you what this looks like. I'm going to do a quick screen share of screen 3. There we go. And there we go. Let me get the value of split testing off. So when we created our hero ad, we did a split test of 7 different thumbnails. And the split test of the 7 thumbnails told us which thumbnail was the most effective to stop the scroll. We also split test the headline. So in the Facebook terminology, this is the headline. Why is the headline at the bottom versus the top? Because Facebook is typically scrolled. So people will scroll something fast and they'll catch the bottom end of the image. And then at the bottom end of the image is the headline. And then they scroll back to read. It's based on the habits of consumers. So if you're in your phone, My mic was not unplugged. We're working on this problem. I can show you this on the phone really easily, just to kind of walk you through the behavior. If you are on your phone, you'll notice that you scroll, and when you see something that grabs your attention, oh, look, one of our ads, the headline is what you see right after you scroll past the visual. Make sense? So that said, the image grabs the attention. They stop, they see the headline, and then they scroll back, and the video plays. Now, this particular ad, we were testing one variable, and that was the thumbnail image. And so when testing the thumbnail image, all we want to do is see what's most effective to get attention of the consumer. You'll notice that this thumbnail had 36 reactions. Can I zoom in on this for you? Sure. Can I zoom in? Is it going to let me zoom in? No, it's not going to let me zoom in. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it full screen. Yep, I'm going to take it full screen for you because it just doesn't want to behave the way we want it to. So I'm going to go full screen. That way you can see it. Okay. You'll notice that this thumbnail had 36 reactions, 1 comment, 1 share. Not the greatest thumbnail image for us, but we wanted to test it and see. Let's go to the next thumbnail. The next thumbnail had 28 reactions, 3 comments, 2 shares. Not a great thumbnail. By the way, this was an even split test, and I'll show you what that looks like in a different ad set in a moment. Next thumbnail had 86 reactions, 2 comments, and 4 shares. Now, this particular thumbnail was lifted from the segment of the ad where we talked about writing for presidential candidates. We have written for, and in this last year, some presidential candidates running in the 2020 election. We will not say who. We're not getting political, but we get to advertise that we've written for presidential candidates. And so we wanted to see if this resonated with people. Clearly does not resonate with people. So let's go to the next thumbnail image. Bad hair day. Ooh, 256 reactions, 6 comments, and 8 shares. That's looking a little more promising, but I guess not great enough. So let's check another thumbnail. Ooh, this is the dildo thumbnail. Now, let me explain what this is. During the ad, we had our actress, Allison, had to answer the question, the objection of what can't we write for? And what we can't write for are 2 verticals. We can't write for weed, and we can't write for sex toys. So weed and sex toys are the only 2 things we can't write for. So we had to somehow articulate weed and sex toys. So we rolled a big fat blunt, smoke filled the room, and then blurred this. Yep. It's the only time we actually used a dildo in an ad was to talk about the things we can't actually write for. We blurred it so Facebook would allow it to run, and it's been running, or it ran very effectively, no problem. So weed and sex toys. Yes, that is an actual dildo that she's holding in her hand. Thank you. But that was for the split test. So we look at this and we go, all right, 281, 17, and 24, pretty good. I'm liking this, but can we do better? We can. She's sipping drinks poolside, and she's got 3.9 thousand reactions, 77 comments, and 129 shares. I think we found our winning thumbnail, right? Wrong. Our winning thumbnail has 1.9 thousand reactions, 190 comments, and almost 300 shares. Yes, even though we had more reactions on the other one, our comments and shares outweigh. So this is the winning thumbnail, the KFC finger licking ad copy. Now, in this case, we're only testing the thumbnail. So this is the thumbnail that we used for finger licking ad copy, right? But then let's talk a little bit about what split testing looks like on the Facebook side. For those of you who've done any kind of split testing, you know or may know that Facebook has the ability to split test A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You can do a whole bunch of variants. And in this case, we did an ABC split test of just the headlines. And I'm pulling that up right now. So pardon me for not looking directly at you, but I want to show you what this looks like. And I have to jump into the account in a different way to get it to show for you. So there we go. And edit. So yes, and I'm pulling it up now. So in the split test of headlines, and let me tell you what generated these headlines. So obviously we have words that sell anything. By the way, that was the winner in the headline split test. And that the headline split test, basically what Facebook allows you to do is take a budget, and you can take that budget and spread it across all of your variants, and it will evenly distribute or evenly show the ad to people. And based on the cost per click, based on the cost per conversion, it will find your winner. And then you can end the test early if it finds a clear-cut winner. This one found a clear-cut winner very quickly. And so the test ended. And the hero ad, you can see that little badge right here. That's the one that was the winner, according to Facebook. And it cost us, I think it was 13 cents per click to get this ad converting. So the three variants of the headline were finger licking good copywriting. And then the other one was based on somebody's feedback, which we referenced in the actual ad. He said, my 3-year-old writes better than this crap. And for those of you who have not seen the ad, I will pull the ad up for you because I think it's worth sharing with you to understand the context of the ad itself. So I'm going to pull that ad up and have it ready so you can see it. And then I will play it for you because I think it's worth you seeing, especially the part where she says, my 3-year-old can write better than this crap. Hold on.
But what if I'm not happy with what you deliver in 3 to 5 days? That's why we offer our ad zombies.
Here we go. And this gun. He's just a dick. Anyway, so we split test headlines. We split test static images. We split test thumbnails. We do all of these things to find the right combination, the winning chemistry, the winning formula for the ad. And split testing thumbnails is the least expensive one to test and actually gives you the most bang for your buck. Now, I'm going to tell you that there are going to be lots of marketers with lots of opinions, and that's all fine and good. This is the way we do it. I do it the way the Harmon Brothers do it. And Harmon Brothers, listen, the guys who do the Squatty Potty, the guys who do Poo Pourri, the guys who do Purple Mattress, that's who Harmon Brothers are. There's a reason they do it that way, and there's a reason we do it that way. It is the most cost-effective way to test what grabs the attention. After that, we do headlines. After that, we do body copy variants. So in the sequence of things that work and the most cost-effective way to do it, split test thumbnails, split test headlines, then split test your body copy variants. Thumbnails, headlines, body copy. That's the way to split test your ads properly. And you don't test them simultaneously. You test one, then you go to the next, then you go to the next. Because if that's the ad you're going to grow and scale and use as your hero ad or as your main driver or whatever, wherever you are in the funnel, you want to make sure damn well that that ad is maximizing conversions and is cost efficient and does the best job. By the way, one of the reasons that split testing thumbnails is super valuable is you'll quickly find what resonates with the masses, not just an individual, right? I thought for sure one thumbnail was going to win, and I was wrong. I thought Sippin Poolside was going to be the winner. And in fact, I was betting the farm on that one, and it wasn't. It was the one that she was eating a piece of chicken from a KFC bucket. Like, why? Because that's what the audience said. That's what the data told us. There's no refuting what works. And that ad continues to work for us. And it was shot a few months ago. And that ad has now, I think it's just over 1.2 or 1.3 million people have seen that ad on Facebook. I don't know the numbers on YouTube and other channels, but it's a chemistry formula. You create the flavor that you think is going to work, create a couple of variants, and then you let the audience decide and tell you what the right flavor is. So that is how we split tested here at Ad Zombies. That is how the Harmon Brothers team split tests theirs. Super effective. Very powerful way to split test. So if you've got questions, comments, or want to jump in, now is your chance to do it. 480-712-4177. 480-712-4177. Or you can comment below, or you can tap the link right now. I'm going to drop the link in one more time, and you can tap the link and you can jump in and ask me your questions directly, and I'm happy to answer them directly. First question we have is a text question. What do you say to people who say things like split testing is too expensive, or people who hold that belief? So if you think split testing is expensive, you're going to be shocked at how expensive it is not to split test. Imagine running an ad that is doing well. Maybe it's converting at 1 to 2 ROAS. But if you had changed that thumbnail to something that grabbed the attention, suddenly that ad is now converting at 3 or 4, maybe 5. You change the headline and suddenly that's converting at 6 ROAS. You make a variant of the body copy and now it's converting at 7 ROAS. You see, the expense of not split testing is way more painful than the investment of finding the right message and the right combination of words and images. You're shortchanging yourself if you don't invest in split testing. You're hurting yourself. So for marketers who don't want to split test or say they can't afford to, you can't afford not to. So that's how I answer that question. And I know people are going to argue and say, I don't have the money. That's fine. Then you shouldn't be playing in the ballpark. If you can't afford to split test, you're not in the right business. You're just not. And by the way, don't fall in love with your creative. That's another thing I see a lot of people do. Oh my God, they fall in love with their own stinking creative and they think it is the best thing on the earth. You know what? I have created a lot of ads that suck monkey nuts. I think they're the best ads in the world, but the audience tells us they're not. So even after all these years of doing this, that's it. These were all done in a single ad set, right? How many dollars for how many days, etc. $1 a day. No, not $1 a day. This is not $1 a day test for me. They are done in a single ad set, and I can pull up the dollar amounts. We tested, I think, over the course of several weeks, a couple $1,000. But we did that because this is a long-term ad. This is an ad that's going to run for years for us as a top or mid-funnel acquisition. It answers all the objections that potential customers would have in working with our company. So for me, putting an investment forward like that in split testing and putting dollars at that level behind a split test makes sense, because this isn't an ad that's going to run for a week and then go away. This is a long-term ad that's going to be served to people for years. And then we'll come up with some new creative and some new things. We're always putting new creative into the ecosystem, but this particular ad, this hero ad, is going to be a long-term player for us. So investing that kind of money, it has a ton of value for us. So anyway, so hope that answers your question, but it is done in a single ad set. And by the way, when you're doing the ABCDE split test with Facebook, you're going to run those in an ad set as well. So you're going to create a campaign inside of Facebook, and it's going to be a split test campaign. That is an actual objective that Facebook gives you. You want to run the split test. You're not going to be able to do a campaign budget optimization, and it will then take that budget and break it up across the ad sets evenly. So however many days you're going to run, and you want to get above 80%. Hold on a second. I'm going to pull that number for you. Sorry. I'm doing this live. So as I do it, you want your test power to be above 80% is what we shoot for. And so the estimated test power will make sure that you're delivering the ad to enough people to get proper variance and to get proper audience segmentation. This particular test ran at 95% estimated test power to determine our winner. So there you have it. And if you have further questions about it, DM me, comment after the fact, and happy to answer them for you. So, and that's it. So I hope that answers. You're welcome. Glad I could help. Okay. So if you don't have any more questions, I'm going to wrap this up for today. I hope that was helpful. This stuff is really deep and complex. I'm probably going to jump into LinkedIn for you guys in the next couple of days, but I really want to help you build out a campaign structure that has long-term legs, brand awareness, and conversion. And would you guys like that? Would you like me to do a live campaign build with you? Would that be helpful? And if it is, let me know. I'm happy to do it, and I want to show you what that looks like. And again, it's the way we do campaigns, not necessarily the way everyone does campaigns. I do things brand first. If you're not familiar with that, let me explain it again. Brand first. Thank you, Russ. I will do that. Brand first. I like to build brand awareness at the front end, right? I want to be the Band-Aid, the Preparation H, and the Kleenex of the copywriting industry. I want people to go, oh, I need an ad zombies. Oh, I need copy for this, ad zombies, right? I want to build that awareness so high that people bring, yeah, I'll bring it, don't worry. That people come to us because they know the brand. And so I think brand awareness is incredibly valuable, and it's really what helps businesses when the economy goes, when it nosedives, because brand is what people remember. It's the reason people can sing jingles. It's the reason people remember companies from their childhood and songs from ads when they were kids. It's brand, right? And it's what gets people to buy things. People remember things very easily. Brands become ingrained in their brains. So, and I'm sure any one of you could sing a McDonald's jingle right now. Any one of you could sing something from a breakfast ad, right? That's what branding does. It solidifies the business in the mind of your consumer. So I do brand first. Then after the brand awareness is built, we then start what you traditional marketers call the funnel, mid funnel, bottom funnel, retargeting, all that. But that brand awareness stuff, the stuff that gets people talking about you, super valuable, very important. So what I'll do is I'll start structuring that out so that I'm not coming at this haphazardly. I want to make sure I have everything laid out for you so it makes a ton of sense, and it'll probably be a longer day. So I'll let you know when that's coming up. Maybe we'll do it next week, and I'll give you a date ahead of time so you know exactly what I'm doing what day. All right, there you have it. So I will show you, I will build it, and you will watch as I build it from the ground up, which I may pre-record some of it just to make it quick, and I can speed through it a little bit. Anyway, that's it. Hope you guys have an amazing day. If you have any other questions, this is your last chance to jump in and ask. But otherwise, I got it. I'm glad I was here. Glad I could answer those questions for you. And I look forward to our next conversation mañana. Be here at 9 Pacific, noon Eastern. Have a great day, and